Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the Booking community and around the world. We got a special Friday episode today. We got first-time appearance and hopefully repeat appearance. Chell God 7.
W's in the shot.
Dude.
I have to. I have to. First time on.
Dude.
I like to be here, man.
That's how you started out. Now, we had a legacy day yesterday, guys. Nick's in the stew. Chell's in the seat. I hit a parlay yesterday. It feels like the first time in years. Shout out the Washington Huskies. 20-point lead at the half. I started texting Daniel because now that I'm in the parlay graphic game, I was like, yo, Daniel, I don't know what to do if this shit hits. Like, do I post the graphic? Do we have another graphic made? I was pulling my hair out because I didn't think we'd get there, guys. I never thought I'd get to the point where I'd need a celebration graphic. Little did I know, Washington was going to blow a 20-point lead, take me to overtime, but come through. Holy shit, what a sweat.
We're getting echoes in chat real quick.
Are we getting echoes?
Yeah, everyone's saying L audio.
Echoes. 10 fours. 10s.
I think just the laptop was unmuted. I think we're good now.
Are we good now?
Yeah.
Are we good now? We good. Everybody good?
Let's W. Okay.
W. Okay, we're good. All right. Well, as I was saying, Washington blows a 20-point lead after I text Daniel about possibly getting me a victory graphic. What a sweat, dude. I'm not even kidding. It was probably one of the worst sweats in the moment, but once you get across the finish line, a sweat like that is why we do it.
Wait, Washington was a sweat last night? I turned it off at halftime.
Dude, they were up 20 points, bro.
What?
Arizona State. The largest lead Washington had was 25 points. Arizona State, dude, forces overtime.
What?
Dude, they had...
What? I turned the game off at halftime.
Dude. They had... I'm not even kidding you. Let me get you the exact stats. Because I turned the game on at half because I was like, oh, I'll do like a little reaction video. This will be sick. Dude, Arizona State scored 51 points in the second half.
Oh, my.
They had a 51-point second half. Dude, I'm watching the game. Washington leads goes from 20 to 14 to 16.
Oh, shit.
Then down to 13. Then to 10. Then to 5.
And
Then to 3. Then to 2. Last leg of the parlay. Then to 2. And I'm sitting there like, dude, there's no fucking way.
God.
And keep in mind, I've already cashed the parlay in my head. Like, I texted Daniel about graphics. I was like, dude, I didn't think we'd ever get here. Like, it was always Project Thursday. 2-point lead. And now I'm like, oh my God, there's 14 seconds left. Washington is missing free throws, dude. Then with a 3-point lead, with 14 seconds left, this kid on Washington fouls Arizona State on a 3.
Oh, that's actually the worst.
But then, are you ready for this? Fouls him on a 3. Kid misses one out of the 3. So he made 2.
Nice.
So now we have 1-point lead.
Up 1.
Now we have 1-point lead. Inbound the ball. They steal the ball. Fouled.
What?
Dude, I was literally sitting there. Like, there was 4 times in the last minute that Washington could have closed out the game where they either didn't get a rebound or they finally got the rebound, got fouled, missed both free throws. Like, it was an actual shit show. But we got across the line. Project Thursday hit.
That graphic.
Thank God.
I mean, there was no way that wasn't hitting. Like,
there was a way because the first graphic we ever put out of the dogs full faded.
Well,
people forget. I was literally just talking to Dave about it. He was like, yeah, the dog graphic was sick. And I was like, yeah, that motherfucker full faded.
That's the best thing about sports gambling and like especially gambling Twitter.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, nobody remembers the day before. Like literally.
With me, they remember the day before. I think I tweeted the Project Thursday and someone responded like, what happened to those dumb dogs? And I was like, okay. No, I get it. No, I get it.
Wait, so that graphic, the reason you made that is because they're making a new Project X? Is that what the reasoning behind it?
No, I was just thinking. So like with my graphics, I'm just trying to think of like something funny and like Thursdays. And then I was like, oh, Project Thursday would be funny with like the Project X kids. And then I sent it to Daniel and he just like gets in the lab and cooks it up.
Okay.
But I saw they're making another Project X. Like they don't need to do that.
They don't. Like,
did you see? It's going to be all girls.
I might have to tap it. Well, maybe it's not such a bad
It's
idea.
called Project XX and it's going to be like a girlfriend group throwing a party.
I saw someone comments like they're one like another sequel after that away from making a really weird movie.
Yeah, Project Triplets, just fucking starring Lisa Ann.
Yeah. Shout out Lisa.
Shout out Lisa, my dog. No, but I mean that movie, I'm gonna need to be an extra in.
Yeah, I mean that's
if I can somehow secure an extra spot in that, I'll be good.
I feel like it was just yesterday. I'm sneaking like on my mom's, or not even my mom's, probably like my brother's iPod.
Yes, dude.
What is it? What was it?
iPod Touch. Yes, dude.
On my brother's iPod Touch, watching
Yes, dude.
Project X. Like, yo, no one tell mom.
You're like seeing Miles Teller or whatever when he's in the
Yeah.
backyard and the baseball hits the gnomes, all the drugs come out. I was
Oh
like,
my
dude,
God.
that'd be so sick.
Yeah, it's like, why aren't I an extra in that?
But then you grow up, dude, and you watch that movie again, and you're like, dude, like, if I was that kid and that was my house, like the cars in the pool, like you're in moose shit.
Yeah.
Like moose
Fun
shit.
fact: when I was in 9th grade, I
No
actually
way, you're
tried
about
to
to
do
pull
it.
this off, dude.
But I obviously it didn't get as crazy as like cars and pool. My parents went to like the U.S. Open,
Oh, there you go.
and I had the crib to myself. For
All
the
to you
weekend,
lonesome.
and I just started inviting like crazy heads. There was a fight in my backyard.
Wow.
And yeah, my house got completely trashed, and then like it started getting really out of control, like cars pulling up, like upperclassmen started.
No,
to, yeah,
dude,
like
no,
people
dude.
starting to take shit from my house. Dude showed up in like a Ted costume, full bear costume. Dude showed up.
Dude,
I'm
you
like,
had Project X.
But then
Project Shell.
I had to shut it down. Parents found out because one of the kids' moms dropped him off, and she's friends with my mom.
Oh.
And she's like, "Can I speak to Mrs. Shell?" And he's like, "She's not home." And she called her. Parents call me. I told
Hey,
her-
what's going on? Nothing. Just have some friends over. Yeah. Why did Mrs. Reginald just call me and say that there's 400 kids in our front yard?
I just was like, "Yeah, the cops are coming. Everybody leave."
Did you
Everyone-
call the cops?
No, but I just told everyone the cops were coming, but really my
Oh.
parents were coming because no one's gonna leave if I'm like, "Guys, my mom found out."
They'd be like, let's fucking go. I can't wait till those motherfuckers get home.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
But
horrible.
we did the whole thing, like played Beamer, Benz, and Bentley, like while everyone was showing up.
You thought it was.
Yeah, I really thought I was.
Did you have a chalice? My favorite part of that movie is the weird kid with the chalice.
Yeah.
That's part of the. I think that is the funniest shit
the
ever.
best part?
It's got like a sweater vest on and the chalice. Like that doesn't get.
Like I had to lock away my dog because I knew what happened to the dog in the movie.
Yeah, you're taking notes. You're like, dude, someone's gonna smoke some weed in front of my dogs to be all fucked up, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's actually like I can't believe you tried that.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Had to.
My parents actually went away when I was a junior or a senior in high school. And I was like, you know what, dude? I'm gonna throw a little rage. Like I was like, let's fucking bang. Was texting everyone from my phone. Like all my buddies, like our whole soccer team, everyone I was texting on my phone. Little did I know, my parents are on vacation. And my dad has a Mac laptop that I had to take to school the week before because my Mac laptop was getting fixed. So I hooked up my iMessage.
Oh.
And if you don't know anything about the iMessage back in the day on the laptop, it auto syncs. So the minute he opens that laptop, the red dots start coming through. And it's hooked up to my phone.
Oh.
So he opens his laptop, I guess. Doesn't say anything to me. But my sister and her brother and my brother-in-law show up like 2 hours into like the Friday because we had off from school. And I was like, well, Kelly, what are you guys doing here? What's going on? Because I was like, dude, why the fuck? Like, I'm trying to throw a party. Why my sister here? He's like, oh, dad texted me and told me to like come to the house and make sure everything is okay and like hang out for the day. So Matt and I are gonna stay the night.
The night you were throwing a rager.
I was trying. Like I was getting everything ready.
Yeah.
Like I had like kids that were gonna go pick up alcohol and then drop it off at my house. And like my sister shows up and I was like, yo, everyone, it's off. And then I like went up to my sister. I was like, yo, I'm trying to have like a party. Like, can you guys please go home? Because I was like, maybe she'll just level with me. I was like, I'm trying to have a party. Like, can you please go home? And my sister literally looks at me and goes, you should probably call dad. And I was like, what's up, dude? Call my dad. I was like, hey, dad, what's going on? Like, Kelly said I should call you. And he goes, hey, maybe next time don't have your iPhone hooked up to my laptop.
Oh no.
And then just hung up the phone. And I was like,
didn't even get to throw
Dude,
the
I didn't
party,
even-
but got the consequences of throwing a party.
dude, I didn't even get to crack a beer.
That's so
I didn't even get to because then of course I was like, all right, fuck it, whatever. I'm just gonna go out with my buddies. And then my sister was like, you're not allowed to leave the house. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was like literally in my head, like prepping for like a rage in the basement. Like I had 2 tables brought over and I like had him in the basement, like hidden away. And then of course my sister shows up and it all just falls apart. And the worst part was he didn't even like say anything. He was just like, maybe don't have your iPhone hooked up to my laptop.
That sucks. Because that was
And I had like 4 group chats. It was like alcohol, Project X. Like they were all named different shit. And I was like, dude, just all time.
just like not even
Moose
trying
shit.
to hide it.
No, not even trying to hide it. Not even trying. But I was like, it's on my phone. Who's gonna
Yeah,
fucking
exactly.
know, dude?
No
And then
reason
of course
for
he
that.
gets home and like I get the laptop and he's like just like scrolling through and like you see all the group chats. I was like, dude, this is fucking. And then no one believed me. They're like, what do you mean your dad read your fucking iMessages on the laptop? I was like, okay. Like, do you think I would really lie about that? Like, you just didn't want to have the party. I was like, okay.
I saw someone in chat say Chelly Def ripped Shmuel bar in the bathroom in high school. Were you a Shmuel bar ripper in high school?
No, dude, but a bunch of my teammates, we would do GPs.
What's GP?
Group poop.
Battleship? Do you know what that is?
No.
You just like poop in the toilet, and then like if you're like you like say like oh bottom left, and if your poop's in the bottom left of the toilet, you like hit.
No, dude.
Yeah.
We would do GPs like my whole team. There was like 4 stalls in the bathroom. Not my whole team. You get like
What is a GP? I've never heard of a group poop though.
no way.
I don't. Is it just like a bunch of guys pooping together?
Yeah, we just on your
That's kinda
phone.
Not, like,
No,
not
it's
cool.
sick, dude. Just on your phones, like just chopping up, talking about what's going on in class. Like, dude, it was the best.
That's insane, bro. I've never heard of that.
Dude, let me put you on some game. Next time we go somewhere that there's public bathrooms, take a GP.
I just remember like a couple days in high school, I would go like my friend's dab pen.
Rip the Shmuel.
Not even the Shmuel, but the dab pen. And I'd get back
In
to science
school?
class and just like be like, yeah, I'm too high for this shit, and like give up. And I feel like that was a common theme for a lot of kids in high school. Because the dab pen was just making
No way.
it was like the dab pen was a new thing when I was in high school. I'm that old.
Wow. I'm that old.
Nowadays it's like, oh, you got the dab pen?
You were definitely like such a sneak guy too. You were like, yo, can I rip the
They
dab pen in
never,
the bathroom?
yes, they never expected me. They're like, oh,
No,
the
yeah.
soccer kid wants to
They're
do
like,
that.
dude, what the fuck is Chelly doing in the bathroom for so long? You're just
Dude, getting too high in school is literally the worst.
Dude, we had a kid once when I was a senior or a junior, a senior in a class above us was such a fucking bot. His name was Larry. Dude, he smoked cigs in the bathroom.
Okay.
There was one stall that there was a window to the outdoors, and he would hang out the window and smoke a cig. But there's literally windows that all looked at the bathroom, and he got caught like 9 different times. And they'd be like, Larry, we know we can see you through the window. Like literally, I was in a class where the teacher like goes to the window and like pops one open. He's like, Larry, we can see you smoking in the window. I just called the front office. And then you'd see him be like, fuck.
Like, if you're gonna smoke a cig in the bathroom,
Like, just get a jewel.
I know. Well, we had like the people in my high school that smoked cigs. Like you could obviously smell it because they smelled like cigs all day.
Yeah.
They wouldn't rip them in the bathroom.
Yeah. Dude, he'd walk in the bathroom and be like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah.
He'd be literally hanging out the window. And if you walked in and you smelled, he'd be like, Larry, what the fuck, dude? And he was like such a bot, dude. I forget where he ended up at college, but I think he got kicked out. I think it was West Virginia. I think he got kicked out.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, he was a good kid.
Good school.
But legacy day yesterday from the kid, I'm not gonna lie. And then I know you've been going through some trouble, so we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah, dude. I've been like the worst. Better.
But dude, I only missed 2 bets yesterday. Minnesota's a free wager. I don't know if you've been tapped in
I've been tapping in
on Minnesota,
Well,
but they're the
didn't-
best college team against the spread.
Really?
Yeah.
Like statistically?
Yeah.
Do you have the number?
I think they're like 23 and like 8 or 23 and like 5 or something like that. Like they cover every spread.
Interesting.
Insane.
I know they're not always favorites.
No,
They've been dogs like quite a.
but they've been favorites at home against a couple teams in the Big Ten that they shouldn't be, and they've somehow covered every single time. So I just
23 and
blind bet
3.
them every time.
23
and 3.
That's what chat saying.
Yeah.
Wow. We got a wag.
Yeah, we got a
Minnesota.
fucking whack. Also, I just want to tell a quick story. So we have a group chat of a couple of my friends in Dallas, and then Chelly's in there as well.
No, what?
And and Chelly
Oh my god.
the other day when Illinois was a -7.5 favorite,
Oh, that's-
texted our group chat and he goes, guys, Penn State's best players off the team, Illinois -7.5 is a max wager. First thing that went through my head is, oh my God, the line probably moved. When I checked and saw the line didn't move, I was like, fuck.
This is-
But
that was after the news.
but I ride for my guys. So I put 2 U's on Illinois -7.5. Didn't tweet anything about it. Just sneaked it, sat in my apartment, and I watched Penn State win outright
Yeah.
because they played in a high school gym and it was only students.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean,
But I
okay.
just set the scene, guys. Penn State's best players, Illinois -7 is a max wager.
Yeah, I mean, our best player not only is out, he transferred, or they literally just like cut him from the team. His name's Kanye Clary, I believe.
Yeah.
I'm not that tapped, but I try and be tapped on at least my school. And yeah, we were playing Illinois. They score a lot of points.
A lot of points.
The I don't know the player's name, but the one who's like has all the charges against him.
Terrence Shannon Jr.
He dropped like 50.
Dude, he's gross.
Yeah, he's like insane. He had a career high, and I'm getting texts from Trent when Illinois is up like 15, like free wager.
No,
Yeah,
dude.
I hate when he does that.
I
too.
hate when he
Like,
does that.
Trent, if you're watching
dude.
this, fuck you, dude. Like, don't ever text me air when it's halftime in a college game and they're covering by 3 points. Like, please don't do that anymore. I literally hate when you do that because I'm like cashing bets that I've already hit, and then I'm like, yeah, like I'm sweating out Illinois right now, and he like looks at the score, they're up 15.
Free wager.
7.5 point. He's like, free wager,
Dude.
Yeah, so
That's when it's over, dude.
fuck Trent. But yeah, 17-5 run in the last, I think, minute 30.
Yeah, it was a
or
minute
something
30,
like
17-5.
that. Yeah, well,
Outright loser. But then I'm going to set the stage yesterday. I get in my bag a little bit on the college basketball board, doing some good research. I hit the chat. I say, max play, sneak wag, Louisiana Tech money line. Nobody tapped. They won by like 15. Nobody
yeah,
tapped.
I just need like a little bit more than
A little bit more. You told me the best player was out on our team and the fade them, and then they lost outright.
you could have given me like Louisiana Tech like best players.
All I said was sneak wag.
Yeah, you just said sneak wag.
That's a sneak wag.
Does that sell you? If Mikey Overs texts you sneak wag Louisiana Tech, you tailing.
You know you're tailing. Don't fucking lie. I know you're tailing. If I DM'd any single one of you in chat and said, yo, sneak wag Louisiana Tech today, you take it.
I just need to know. I just need to know what chat thinks about that. 'Cause I see that and I'm like, yeah, I should probably tap. It's probably air, and then I see it. It's like, glad it hit.
I had a certain athlete yesterday DM me. I'm not going to name names. And he asked me what the play of the day was. And all my plays had already started or were going. So I only had the really late night Pac-12 games to pick from.
What'd you give him? Sneak wag?
Told him Arizona minus 19.5 could be an affirmative.
No. Wait, what?
And-
You gave him Arizona minus 19.5.
And they lost outright
To who?
to Washington State at home.
Dude.
And he messaged me right after I said Arizona. He said slamming. And I checked the score at halftime and they were only up 2. And I was like, oh shit. And then I checked the score with 3 minutes left and they were battling. And I DM'd him and I was like, yo, that's my bad. I'll hit you back with an affirmative nuke. Still no response.
Oh,
I'm just, if you see this to that player,
yeah.
that's on me. Hand up. I forced it. I literally DM'd him. I was like, yo, I forced that. My bad. Like I forced it because I was just like, I don't know what else to do. So
Didn't you have Washington?
that game was already going.
Oh.
I couldn't be like Washington unless I was like Washington live.
That's like,
But he was like, dude, when I saw slamming, I knew it was dead.
dude,
I knew it
no
was dead.
way.
I think they were minus like 1,400 and they lost outright. And I fed him
Can I get sport?
across.
Look for,
Slamming. And I
slamming.
was like, fuck.
slamming. Damn.
It's like, fuck.
The worst part is getting like the verbal confirmation.
Dude, the worst part is checking the score when you gave minus 19.5 and they're down 2.
Yeah.
I gave an outright loser at minus 19.5. Like, that is moose shit.
It's all right. You like swept everything else.
Yeah, he probably checked my Twitter. He was like, why didn't he tweet Arizona minus 19.5?
Dude, that's
motherfucker?"
funny. He definitely checked your Twitter, saw like all those green check marks,
Dude.
and was like, "Oh, he had a legacy day."
He's gonna check my story. I'm gonna put it up on my story and be like, sick day.
Like, go through
Slammed
every-
Arizona.
Well, I want you to go. Are you going to go through every bet you hit yesterday? Because
Yeah,
I
can-
want
I
a little
can.
recap.
Yeah. Santa Clara minus 9.5, free. They won by 10. It was a little sneaky, but free. We also took our ass down to Sam Houston. That was air, free.
Air.
Washington, free. Minnesota, free. We lost out on Delaware. I'll be honest, hand up. Shit wager. Should have never taken that wager.
Too.
Shit school. Shit wager. Shit school. One of my best friends from home went there. Should have known. Brain dead school. Shit school. Shit wager.
Oh my god.
FAU money line smacked in the mouth in the parlay. And I told you guys on the show, FAU minus 5.5 was an affirmative. Smacked. You heard Krabs and I talk about it. Then I went to the NBA.
Never a good idea.
Took the Knicks at plus chicken.
That's-
Smacked
yeah, fuck
against the
it.
Sixers.
Yeah.
I took the Mavs at favorites at home against the Suns, who they own. Smacked. And then I tried to fade trend. I took the Clippers at plus chicken and they lost. But only lost 2 bets. I think I hit 7.
It's a hell of
I
a
had
bet.
and we hit the Project Thursday.
That's what we call a beverage pair.
Yeah. What happened to you yesterday?
Okay. I knew you were gonna do it too because I remember you said you wanted to talk about it. I'm on like the worst gambling stretch, like ever since it started during NHL All-Star break. So as soon as All-Star break started, I started betting NBA and college basketball, and I couldn't fucking hit a bet to save my life. I was having some of the worst basketball beats. I would just need the
You
the
were
Bucks
getting
to beat
getting
the Jazz.
stained.
Yeah, I was having every possible bad beat in the NBA you could have. I was losing. I lost a lot of coin on that Steph Curry buzzer beater against the Suns. In
Ouch.
Vegas.
Ouch.
Like
I'm not gonna lie, we took a trip to Vegas and other than I hit like a couple college basketball bets. I think I left down $3,000.
no, I went down that.
Like we went like, dude, we really shut up to Vegas. We were like, oh, Super Bowl weekend, we're gonna dominate Vegas.
that,
Dude,
bro.
I left down $3,000.
That's what everyone says when they pull up to Vegas, bro. It's like, oh, I'm gonna fucking rinse them.
This is the trip where I stay in Vegas. And it's like I leave and they're like, do you want a player's card?
And the only person to ever rinse Vegas is that dude with all the tattoos, and he's like definitely capping.
Yeah, for sure. He's like, they gave me a private jet, and then I won too many poker rounds. They took my private jet away. Like, dude, what?
Exactly what I'm talking
He's like, dude, I used to show up duffel bags full of cash, dude. I flew out LeBron to play poker with me, dude, and we stained him so bad that they took my private room away, dude. But thank God I had duffels of cash.
You need any free drink cards?
Yeah, dude, literally. I was donating so bad that like the lady at the blackjack table was like chirping me. She's like, maybe you got to turn your hat around to change your look. I was like, bitch, if you talk one more time,
I do remember that.
I'm going to take your head off.
I do remember that.
If you're a dealer in Vegas, don't fucking talk to me.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear words come out of your mouth. You're not on my team.
Yeah.
I was talking to Trent about this when he was on the couch. Nothing makes me more mad than when you're playing blackjack and the dealer's showing like a face card and you're like, all right, let me hit. And you get like to 19 and then they like hit and they get 21. They go, oh,
Yeah,
like go literally fuck yourself.
But like, they don't get paid extra for winning. So like, I feel like they do.
But they work for
the
establishment.
Right. But like, what is them? Yeah. I don't know.
They work for the establishment.
I see your point, but I also don't understand like why they wouldn't want to.
It's like when someone that works for like, let's say you're in like the Suns front office and you're chilling with someone from the Suns front office and you bet on like the Lakers to beat the Suns and the Suns start blowing out the Lakers and he's like, oh, I'm sorry, man, that's a bad bet. Like, oh man, like the Suns make a buck. He's like, oh man, it's like you work for the Suns.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, shut the fuck up.
We had a roulette dealer. I think you were there, right? When Trent put like 500.
I wasn't there.
Oh, Trent put 500 as soon as we got there on black.
Oh, that's good.
And
no, that ends well every time.
The lady genuinely was like the most rude, like roulette dealer I've ever experienced. She was like clearly rooting against Trent, and like was like, you can't do that. Like, don't put your arms there. Like,
I hate a roulette deal. Like, and it's always the roulette people that are such sticklers. Like such sticklers. Nothing also drives me crazier than when I pull up to a roulette table with JJ and just throw away $100. Didn't even hit one spin.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, I'll put 50 on this one. And then we were like, all right, let me put 50 on this one. 2 spins, I was out. Out. Didn't even have a pulse.
Going back to your first point about the dealer rooting against you.
Yeah.
I have seen some people put extra units on a hand and say, this is for you, like for the dealer. So the dealer.
Yeah, you can tip the dealer.
Right, but you can be like, this is for you. Like, this is your part of my hand. So, like, if it hits, like, you get that, like, $40.
I would never do that.
Yeah, I mean, that's just doing too much.
But I would rather them root against me. Like, I'd rather them be like, you might want to hit on that because I got something good. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and then be like, fuck you. And I'd be like, fuck.
Fuck that.
Like, that would make me feel better knowing that, like, you're just play your role, stay on your side.
We had a dealer who, whenever they would show an ace, he would check and then bring it back out and pretend to flip over.
I would walk away.
He would just be like, oh.
I would literally walk away. We're not playing games out here, dude.
I love like $500. And I'm like, fuck, dude, I can't eat.
I'm sitting there like, dude, I don't know if I'm going to be able to afford a water in the airport if this goes the way it's going right now.
Spirits got flights tomorrow.
Dude, there's just like nothing more sobering than when you're down all your money and you're packing your bag to get ready for the airport in the morning. You know what I mean? Like that night before you fly out, everyone always stays up extra late because they want to play some games. There's nothing more sobering than when you get back to your hotel room, especially for me, went down like 1,500 in one night and I'm packing my bag to get ready to leave. It's like, dude, this is like, they got me again. They got me. Like, I hate Vegas. I'm done with it. Like, I actually hate Vegas. I don't think it's fun.
I'm out on it. I'm out on Vegas. Unless we win.
Dude. If I don't win it, I'm all the way back in. Like, I'm ready to go.
But
every
like winning in Vegas is like, it's kind of dumb because you're just gonna spend it all in Vegas anyway.
Well, yeah, they know it, dude. They know it.
Like, I'm gonna go to the club.
Hit for $1,000, I was gonna spend all my money.
Wouldn't have mattered. Well, I'm down money no matter what.
Yeah, dude, like, I'm gonna leave Vegas
But now
down
you
money
look
no
good.
matter what happens.
True.
It's either I'm just leaving down money sad or leaving down money being like, well, I won it and then I spent it. So
Yeah, well, speaking about being down money, I've been betting lately.
yeah, what happened, dude? Tell me what's going
No,
on.
it's just
man,
like
'cause I feel
NHL
you were
All-Star
red
break.
hot, then the All-Star break happened.
Dude, I was having like a legacy run.
Legacy run.
And then All-Star break happens, kills all momentum. Come out of All-Star break, literally I'm just like trying to get a feel for it again.
Hmm.
Couple days goes by, I'm like, all right, this is kind of weird. Like nothing's really falling like it used to. And we're 2 weeks right now, and it's getting kind of scary. It's getting kind of scary because I have been full fading like every other night.
Yep. I was there, just so you know, for college basketball like a couple weeks ago. I've been where you're at.
full fading like every other night.
Yeah. 1 for 4s,
How
1
do-
for
how do you
5.
get out of it?
Only way through it is through it.
So you just
You
like,
got to
you don't change anything.
I changed something.
What did you change?
Well, I was betting like I normally don't bet because I let the whispers in the wall get to me, where it's like, dude, why is this team such a short favorite against a better team? And I would take the worst team, and I never did that last year. And I had like a great college basketball season last year. And like I normally just look at the matchup and then I pick the team that I want and the spread that I like. And I don't look at what everyone else is betting and I don't care about what anyone else says. And I would just lose my way. But this year, for some reason, I was like, you know what? I'm going to try to be fucking sharp. I'm going to take like Kansas State at a favorite at home. I'm going to take Villanova as a favorite at home against better teams.
It's like Marquette, who's just like insane.
And just getting like my face melted off and then having to be like, well, it's like tough team. And the worst part about betting like that is you're betting on the worst team. So when it loses, everyone's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
But when it hits on that occasion, you get that high of people being like, wow, dude, like I didn't think that team was going to be that team. But now that I'm back to just betting on the team that I want to bet on, betting on the better matchup, betting on the better team, I've been working my way back, clawing my way back. Clawing my way back.
I need to take some notes. I mean,
well, no, but I feel like you have a totally different way of looking at Shell. Like I'm not a traditional like numbers guy. You know what I mean? I look at a matchup.
yeah.
I feel like people look at the splits. They look at this. Like I look at the matchups, who's guarding who, and then I go from there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm big in for NHL, like big into goalies. I think goalies matter.
I mean,
a
of course
lot.
they matter, dude.
Home ice advantage, even like during the regular season,
Yep.
big deal. Some teams are better on the road. The Devils were like the best team on the road in the NHL last year, and
Moose.
I mean, yeah, they haven't been playing too well.
Moose.
But I don't know. I think it's the first 2 weeks of the season. I don't have PODs because it's just the first 2 weeks of the season are so sketchy. Anyone can be anyone.
Yeah.
2 weeks out of All-Star break, I usually do say the same thing, but I kind of like didn't do it this year because I was so excited when it came back.
Yeah.
Because I was on such a heater when NHL went in the All-Star break. I was like,
Itching
"All
to
right."
get back.
I was like, let's fucking pick it back up. Let's go on another heater. And I'm starting to realize like, yeah, it's just I'm gonna have to hopefully wait it out, play it out, and lower my unit size, which is fine. Because when things start hitting, they'll start fucking. I'll go on another heater.
Yeah, of
hopefully.
course, dude. Well, dude, sports betting is cyclical, dude. It's literally exactly like college basketball. You're gonna go on your runs, you're gonna get ice cold, you're gonna go on your runs, you're gonna get ice cold. And for people that like follow you, you just have to know that like it's gonna turn around.
It just sucks for the people who like find you when you're on a heater.
Yeah.
And then as soon as it ends, they're like, "What the fuck? You haven't hit shit."
Like, fuck this guy, dude.
Like, how are you been up court? It's like, well, I literally just went on like a legacy fucking
Dude.
week-long bend. You know what I mean?
I've been here, man. You don't pay for the fucking drinks.
Yeah.
I'm drinking water. It's like, okay. You're catching me on the
Water's
last
also,
day
like,
of the heater. Yeah,
super
they
hydrated.
charge you for water now.
Yeah.
So fuck you,
Like,
dude.
really
I'm
important.
just
You can't
fucking
live without it.
trying. Dick. No, I'm just kidding. But it is, dude. It is cyclical. And it's like, I don't think people talk about enough when you bet every single day how, like, there's nothing that makes you question yourself more than when you're ice cold.
Oh my god.
It starts bleeding into everything in your life because
Oh
you're
my
like, dude,
God.
I feel like I'm not seeing the board right. Like normal, when you're like red hot, there's such a difference of when you look at a board and you're like, that team's winning, that team's covering, that team's
Yeah.
winning. And it just is all clicking. And then you start second guessing yourself and you're like, normally I would take them in this spot, but maybe I'll fade them because they haven't played well. And then your original, dude, I got to a point, I don't know if you remember, there was 5 days straight. I went 1 for 4, 1 for 5, 0-5, 1 for 4, 1 for 3. And then I was like, you know what, guys? I'm going to fade myself.
I do remember that.
I'm going to fade myself. These are the 4 games I like. I'm taking the opposite side, and I full faded that. So, like, you got to stick to your guns, and just the only way through is through. Like, you got to just push through.
Yeah, you're right.
And just don't, like, honestly, unless you were doing what I was doing, which is changing the way you're looking at games entirely and the way you're betting, like, don't change anything. Just got to stick to what you know and what you're good at and just keep going. I also feel like people don't talk enough about how much All-Star break changes things.
Mm.
because you come back from All-Star break, you got the guys that think they should have been All-Stars that are now revved up. You got teams that are like, okay, we're making a legit cup push now. So we got to lock in. Like the last part of the season is important, dude. That All-Star break gives you like that little buffer for every sport, except the NFL, which is like at the end of the year. But for basketball and the NHL, and when is the MLB All-Star break? I don't know anything about the MLB. Is it in the middle of the season? I think it's at the end.
I think it's
No,
in the middle.
Is it in the middle?
It's in the middle.
It's in Texas this year too.
But you really like you get to
Wow.
the point where you're like, okay, now shit is real for us, right? Like NBA teams like, okay, we need to make a push if we want to make the playoffs. Like
Right.
NHL teams like, we might be out of the playoffs if we don't make a push. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I think that 2-week break you were talking about taking, I think might be a good idea right after All-Star break, so you can see the DNA of teams when they come
100%.
back, dude.
100%. But yeah, no, I definitely jumped the gun a little bit. I mean,
Jumped.
February hopefully can end. I mean, and thank God it's a short month, right? What is it? 28 days or 29 this year?
Normally 29, I think, this year, right?
29. Probably not a leap year. Imagine, I always think
You know,
about that.
Tyrese Halliburton was born on a leap year, so technically he's only 5 years old.
29.
He's 5 years old.
Well, he was born on the leap year, so like February 30th. So technically he's only 5 years old.
Wow, what a wagon!
I know.
5 years old. Wait, that's a fun.
Like
fact.
he could go back to
It's a
playing
leap
like
year this year.
wow,
It
so
is
he'll
what
be
it is.
6.
February 29th. Yeah.
29, not 30 yet.
So there is
Yeah,
29. There is 29 days.
29 this year. Yeah.
Yeah, but normally there's not.
Happy 6th birthday,
Dude, let's go, Tyrese Halliburton, 6 years old. Dude, that's actually electric. All right, Charlie, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna get you out of the funk. I heard there's no NHL on today.
there's 3.
Okay, well downstairs you said there was none. That made
No,
me
I
think
meant
there was
like,
none.
thank
'Cause
God there's like.
if
no,
Nick was like, "Hey man, there's no college basketball on today," I'd be like, "Oh, there's no college basketball on today."
no Sabres play today.
Oh, let's go. All right. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go through the NHL board. I want you to tell me what you like. Then we're gonna go to college basketball and tell you what I like. And then we're gonna go have a Legacy Friday. Because guess what, everybody? It's Friday, my dudes.
Friday plus.
How can you be in a bad mood on a Friday?
Call of Duty? We can bet on Call of Duty today.
Okay.
Am
That's
I
where
the only
you
one?
lose me.
Okay.
I've said it before. I respect the gaming community. I love the gaming community. I love professional gamers. I think it's fucking sick that you can do that now. I will not bet on a kid that was up till 4 a.m. last night licking
Right.
Cheeto dust off his fingers and to fall asleep opened up like the Spank Bank.
Those are the kids you need to bet on. Those are the
No,
most
dude.
locked in.
I can't bet on a kid whose dad is like, if he doesn't start making money off this, we got to take the gaming system away. Like I'm not doing it. Kid whose mom is like, can you go outside today, please? Like I can't do it.
Yeah, well,
I can't do it. But I respect their grind. I'm just saying I can't put my money on that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, understandable.
And also, like, if I have to lose my coin and then look at them being like this, I can't do it. But I respect it. I respect the grind.
Looking at the NHL slate right now, we have
Yeah,
the
what do you got?
Sabres
You want me to
against
tell you what
the
I would
Blue
do?
Jackets. Yeah, let me hear what you do. You want to guess the Chele, or do you just want to do what you would take?
I'm just gonna tell you what I would take.
Okay.
All right. Here's what you're gonna do. Sabres on a bounce back. Just because I'm gonna assume they lost the last game they played because they're moose shit.
We won.
So, okay. Sabres stay red hot going into Columbus. Columbus has to be the easiest place to play in the NHL. Who the fuck is going to Columbus Blue Jacket games?
Yeah.
So you take the Sabres. Or you take the Jackets plus 1.5. Either one I like. Then you go down to the Jets Blackhawks. Jets minus 1.5. The Blackhawks are fucking moose shit. And all I know about the Jets is that I support the football team, the Jets. And I feel like this Jets team is better than my football team, so I can trust them to cover a spread minus 1.5 the Jets. Then you take the Wild Oilers over. That is literally going to print coin.
That's literally what like I would normally take.
Okay.
The fact that like I genuinely think that is gonna hit. But my main issue is that I literally want to full fade it just because I know like I want to do the thing that you did to yourself that one time where you're like, I'm full fading myself.
Dude, but nothing is worse than when you do that and then you check back and you full fade and you're like, wow, like why did I even doubt myself? That was so dumb.
yeah,
Dude, the Jets are fucking banging on teams. Like the Blackhawks are moose shit.
they're horrible.
Moose shit. You take the Jets team total. That's going to smack. I bet it's at 2.5 or 3. That's going to fucking smack in the jaw. And that Wild Oilers over, I'm in love with because I'm not betting on the Oilers because they're fucking rat piss.
Yeah, wrap it.
I feel like here's my thing about you.
I like that over.
And I feel like you need to hear this because no one's telling you it. When you ban a team, you need to actually ban them because you will ban a team
yeah, for like a day.
and then the next day, not even a day,
Yeah.
8 hours later,
Yeah.
off some shut eye, they're a POD.
Like the Islanders.
But like then they'll lose again, and you'll be like, this is why we fucking banned them. But it's like you act like I'm looking at Oilers are rat piss. If you bet on the Oilers today, like you need to figure it out. I mean, that's crazy.
That wasn't even me.
It's
that wrote
fucking
that.
crazy.
I was framed. That wasn't even me.
And then Trent tweeted that you wrote that.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't even see the tweet until like a day later.
That's fucking crazy.
So,
Content's content, man. No, I'm just
Uh,
kidding. No, but like you actually, when you ban a team, like you have to ban.
no, I know. Well, I haven't bet like on or against the Flames in like a long time. Like,
Okay, but the Wild like fucked us over 3 games in a row. If I see the Wild today, I'm gonna lose my shit.
I'm not gonna be on Wild money line. They need to be banned.
All right, so what do you like today? Talk me through.
And
then I'll do the gut check.
Blue Jackets are like, I know you said they're home, like they're kind of a wagon at home, and they just
+1.5.
I would take the over in that game.
Wow.
UPL is probably gonna play. He's been really bad. If it's Tarasov for the Blue Jackets, that dude would let in literally anything they shot at him. Like
Wow.
he's Swiss cheese.
Wow.
So I would take the over in the Buffalo Sabres game, especially they've been going
Wow.
under a little bit.
Wow.
Jets, Blackhawks. I'm fuck, dude. The total's at 5.5.
Just take the Jets.
That's Jets money line.
Wow.
Minus 280.
Until you get one.
And then
The over.
the last over. Dude, I mean
You were so unconfident, dude. I need you to look at this
because I'm,
board
like,
and
when I'm-
dominate
when
the
I'm
board.
voting on like all this stuff, like wow. A lot of people have the Sabres Blue Jackets game going on, which you like to hear.
You love to hear
But
that.
then 91% of the people have the Oilers Wild game.
Dude,
going
and that's
on.
okay. 91% of the public knew you could have got Pat Mahomes at plus chicken in a Super Bowl and it fucking hit. So why are we talking about what the fucking public's doing?
I know. I just like it's always interesting.
Is Trent in chat? Does he know that you could have got Pat Mahomes at plus chicken to win the Super Bowl?
Dude, and like would have been a sick way to
But does
hedge-
he know? I
would've
don't
been
know
a
if he
sick way to
knows
hedge
yet.
your prize picks bet too.
But I don't know if he knows. Does he know that you could get him at plus chicken to win the Super Bowl 2 years in a row? Can someone just confirm that he knows that? I just need to know that he knows that.
I think he knows that.
Oh, okay. All
and
right.
if Mahomes is plus chicky in the Super Bowl next year,
Man, I'm
the
out.
mind games
I'm
that's
fading
gonna
him.
do to a man.
No, you fade Pat Mahomes.
Well,
in
I
that
just want
spot.
to see what Trent bets on.
No, you fade
But
Pat Mahomes.
do you
in that
understand how
spot.
fucked Trent will be looking at Mahomes at plus chicky next year in the Super Bowl against who would play
Probably
against?
the Niners are going to run it back.
Who would Mahomes be plus chicky against next year?
It'd probably be the Niners
You
again.
think the Niners?
Well, no, probably not the Niners. I don't know. I don't think there's another team in the NFL that they would make him an underdog.
Chat, come on, help us out.
Like Vegas, I don't think you understand, has now had to look themselves in the mirror and be like, we can never make this guy plus chicken.
Yeah. You can't place Jared Goff as a favorite against Patrick Mahomes
No,
in the Super
dude.
Bowl.
If the Lions were favorites against the Chiefs, I'm taking out a mortgage loan.
Yeah.
A mortgage loan.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I dare them.
No, I think there's plenty teams that, in the
Not even the
AFC.
Niners. Dude. The Niners could be undefeated going into the Super Bowl, and Pat Mahomes could have 6 losses, and they would make Pat Mahomes a favorite.
You think after the last
Yes,
yeah,
dude.
because of what
2
happened.
years in a row, they've gotten stained.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Them boys.
Yeah,
Them boys
give
is crazy.
the Cowboys some love.
No,
Dude, the
you make
Cowboys
you make the Cowboys favorites against Pat Mahomes. I'm nuking
the
again.
Cowboys shouldn't
You
have-
make the Ravens favorites again. I had $1,000 on the Ravens. I'm nuking Pat
I could see
Mahomes. Like
the
it's
Eagles
over, dude.
again if they figured it out.
No, dude.
It's Tom
He
Brady. He's the new
owns
Tom
them,
Brady.
dude. He owns them
New Tom Brady.
better than Tom Brady.
Whoa.
Mm.
Well, we don't want to get into that conversation.
Like us, like just as a player, like he's 1,000 times.
Why? Because he's mobile.
Because he can do everything Tom did, but 1,000 times better, and throw it across his body 90 yards on a dot. The kid is a freak at quarterback. A freak.
I want to leave this up to chat.
If you gave Tom Brady, Marquez Valdez-Scantling, Sky Moore, Travis Kelce, Rashi Rice, and Kadarius Toney, I don't know if he wins that Super Bowl.
And in Tom Brady's prime,
I don't know if he wins that Super Bowl.
Those defenses
he did
are-
kind of need Gronk.
I don't even know if Pat Mahomes is in his prime yet. He's only 28.
But who did Tom Brady have? Julian Edelman?
I mean,
Danny Amendola.
like Julian
Wes
Edelman's one of
Welker.
the best slot wide receivers of all.
I mean, like, I'm not saying that
That's
they're
like
like
Cooper Cup level. Like he had Cooper Cup basically at the time,
Uh,
and Gronk,
uh,
and
He had Travis Kelce.
and he had Independence College legend LeGarrette Blunt. That's sick.
Legend.
LeGarrette Blunt, low key, should get a jacket just for name alone.
They became the best because of Brady, is what chat's saying. So all those
Same-
players, Julian Edelman, Danny Amendola.
Same with the Chiefs, dude. Rashi Rice will
Bro, I
probably
don't
get
think
a
Rashi Rice
max
is good at all.
contract.
I don't think he's good at all. I don't think Rashi Rice is good.
Fucking crazy. All right, we're gonna get to the gut check. Here we go. I'm
just-
gonna run through the college basketball board. We got BTL coming up next. Just so you guys know, the MLB is on today. If you take the Rangers and the Diamondbacks in a parlay, that's fucking smacking. So welcome to the Thunderdome.
Did you just give out a?
Yep.
Okay.
Yup.
Wow.
Is that not the replay of the World Series? No, not the nope.
Rangers Diamondbacks.
Rangers Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's replay.
Yeah.
World
So
Series.
you take them again today in a
Uh,
parlay.
No hangover.
No hangover. Zero hangover. Smacks in the mouth. All right, here we go. We're going to do the gut check. Moose shit board today, okay? So stay with me. I really haven't done a lot of lab work, so just stay with me. Iona as plus chicken on the road. I think Riders coming off a big win on the road now, coming home. I think that's why you're seeing them as favorites. You take Iona. Move down to the Ivy League. They bang books, not buckets. Don't bet on them. Just don't do it. You don't have to do it. You're not required to bet on the Ivy League, so don't do it. Even if it's a short slate, just don't do it. Because you're going to tune in and be like, what the fuck am I watching? Unless it's Xavier and Leon Princeton. That kid's a fucking bucket. I actually don't hate that Princeton Harvard over. So take what I said, grain of salt, take the over in the Princeton Harvard game. Milwaukee plus 2.5 at home could be a free wager piece. Youngstown State is kind of a donkey, though. Duquesne at a short line against Fordham. You take Duquesne. They got a kid named Day Grant. Hopefully going to interview him soon. He's fucking wet.
If I've actually watched him play before,
He's so good.
he's
He's averaging like 20 right now.
that'll be a sick interview.
He's raw as shit. Fairfield, Quinnipiac. We've lost our ass on Fairfield a couple times this year. Hopefully interview loading on one Fairfield player that used to play at Providence. But I wouldn't mind Fairfield with points here, plus 3.5 on the road going into Quinnipiac. Who the fuck's going to Quinnipiac games?
Uh-oh, I have bad news.
What?
Dollar beer night in Quinnipiac.
Okay, so you take Quinnipiac minus 3.5. You laddered up to 9.5. Those Fairfield kids are not ready for dollar beer night. I'll tell you what.
I'm so serious too. I'm not even joking. It's dollar beer.
No,
night.
that's over for them. Quinnipiac might win by 30 if it's dollar beer night because those kids are just dirty. So you give them dollar beers, like that game's going to get out of control. Nevada minus 9.5. Fucking love that play. San Jose State is junk. Funny story. I got a buddy in Dallas. Doesn't really watch college basketball, but he'll always be like, all right, this is my nuke. A couple Saturdays ago, rotting on his couch, gets about midnight, puts a lay together. All the games are tomorrow except for the night game that night. And he goes, San Jose State plus 14.5. They lost by 50. And we had to watch the full San Jose State game. They're the worst team in the country.
And you're like,
All they do is jock threes. So if they're not hitting threes, the game's fucking over.
you're like coming down from being drunk, like starting to get a little bit hung.
Yeah.
Watching San Jose get their shit pumped in.
And just like 14.5, huh?
Yeah,
They were down 30 in the first half.
That's fucking moose.
Yeah. So, and it was Matt. You take Nevada minus 9.5. Since the slate is so short, I'm going to jump over to the NBA. Okay, guys? I went 2-1 yesterday. I'm not scared of the NBA. You take the Raptors plus 7.5.
Who they play?
The Hawks.
I don't know about that. They just won. They
Here we go.
smacked
Do you
the
see
Nets.
Jordan Poole got benched? That's fucking crazy.
Like 6 men?
Yeah, like
He's
benched.
coming off the bench now?
That's crazy.
Or is he just not playing?
No, he's coming off the bench.
Okay. Oh, it might be good for him.
He plus 3.5. Yeah, I mean that's what he did in Golden State. Maybe he plus 3.5 against the Pelicans. Pelicans are fucking moose shit. And I don't hate the Spurs plus 10.5 playing the Lakers. I feel like the Spurs cover big spreads, so those would be the 3 plays
Lakers
today.
on a,
What was that?
I was gonna say Lakers on a back-to-back, so the Spurs.
Yeah. So you take the team with the points. LeBron's 50 years old. KD's lost his voice. And the Spurs might win outright.
What do you mean he lost his
Prince,
voice?
clip that, just in case.
What do you mean he lost his voice?
Anthony Davis lost his voice from yelling.
Oh, at
and the
All-Star
coach, the
game?
coach blamed a loss on it because he couldn't communicate.
Oh my
Crazy.
dude.
All right.
What?
We might have ran a little bit over, but listen, we always end the show with a little inspiration, a little motivation. Here's the inspiration day. It's Friday. The weekend is here. Okay. You made it all the way to Friday. You started on Monday. Guess what? We're at Friday. Time to loosen up the shoes, loosen up the belt, unbutton the shirt, and go a little crazy. Okay. Because you deserve it. You deserve to have yourself a weekend. And it's Friday and the weekend is here. So do me a favor, get through today at work and then go party your face off. Because you deserved it. You earned it. You started your week on Monday. You made it to Friday. So let's go have a Friday for the books. Shall we? I'm going to pay for the bar tab. Hopefully. You go have yourself a Friday. All right. We got BTL coming up next. You don't even have to turn the stream off. You stay right there. Chili, thank you so much for coming on. Do you have anything to say
course.
before we close it out?
Yeah, I just got one thing to say. You gotta fight. No, I'm not Travis Kelsey.
For your right.
Yeah, they really let us get to Friday again.
Yeah.
Bozos. Absolute bozo move
You
to let
can't-
us get to Friday.
Can't let us get to Friday.
Bozos.
It's their fault. So let's punish them, shall we? Thank you guys so much. Love you as always. Good morning, good afternoon, good night from the morning after. We will see you on Monday. I'll miss you over the weekend. But listen, go have yourself one. Stay right here. BTL is coming up now.